So, why do we have to know what a counting number is, a whole number, an integer, a rational number, an irrational number, or even if it's real or it's not real or imaginary? Why do we even need to know this stuff? Who cares? Can you get by in life without understanding this information? Of course you can. All right? But why do I even care if you know the difference between a counting number and a whole number? Why do I care if you know the difference between an integer and an imaginary? Well, there's a couple big things. And also, why do I even care which one, within these, which one's bigger, which one's smaller? Who cares? Well, there's a couple big reasons. One thing is, to understand all of these are all vocabulary, obviously, that you are going to be using as far as your math when we get up to higher order mathematics and you're going to be learning about different types of mathematics. It's very important for you to understand what the difference is between these numbers as you're going to organize them, as we say in sets, and then we have subsets. When we want to be writing some proofs, it's going to be very important for you to be able to understand exactly what these are. It's also important when you're reading a math problem for your any kind of placement test. They're going to be using these vocabulary words, and it's a big difference if they say it's a whole number and a counting number. You need to know that you need to include that zero. It's very important if they're talking about integers that you know the difference between integers and just any old rational number. So being able to distinguish them is going to help you when you take any kind of placement test or anything else like any other tests that you might need. And also in higher order mathematics, this is the vocabulary we use, right? This is the basics of everything that you're going to use to apply for other mathematics classes. So what about real life? When do you ever going to see this stuff in real life? Well, you're not really going to see too much difference. It is important, though, if whenever you're thinking about a problem, that you understand that, oh, if I'm taking square root and if it's not a perfect square number, that means I'm going to have an irrational number. That means I'm not going to be able to get something exact. So if you're measuring something or if you're trying to estimate something, and it's very important for you to understand, oh, can I write that as a rational number? Can I write that, or is it going to be an irrational number? Is that going to provide me with a whole number? Also, when we get into higher level mathematics, we're going to start talking about imaginary numbers and how those compare to real numbers. So it's really important for you to understand the basics of all this stuff before we can even move forward, all right? So before I say stop, I don't need to know this stuff, or why do I need to know this? Work on understanding this stuff, because this is kind of like your footing for everything else that you're going to be doing for the rest of your math classes. Hopefully, I gave it a little bit for you on why you need to know this.